What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 and the spring season here in series number 5. Today we're driving around in our Porsche 918 that we unlocked in the last video, doing the trial event. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. But today we're going to be jumping into the seasonal championships and we're going to start it out with Thrillseekers. So if we take a look at Thrillseekers here, you can see our reward is going to be the Ferrari F12, and our car restrictions are country rivals, street racing, S1 900. The nice thing about this week is we're going to be using the exact same cars for Thrillseekers and home and away, unless I see something really bad with them here in street race or in Thrillseekers. All right, so here is our first vehicle. It'll be up on the screen for you. This is the 2008 Dodge Viper SRT 10 ACR. So the share code for the tune, along with the tuner's name and the name of the tune, will be up on the screen for you guys. You can search it from the share code, but do be aware that sometimes if a tuner does go in and edits a tune, whether it be, adjusting the gearing, even swapping out parts, it will change that share code. So I did give you guys the name of the tuner as well as the name of the tune, so you guys can search from that as well. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in here, see what our races look like, and then get started with Tunnel Run. Alright, and so we are doing street racing, so they should all be point-to-point races, which is my favorite kind. Alright, and like I said, starting out with Tunnel Run here in our Viper. So something to note is I'm going to use 3 different vehicles in these events. So I use a different one for each of the races. You do not have to do that. You can use one car for all 3 of these races. I do this just to show you guys different options of what can be used. And ooh, the Bugatti is sideways. But yeah, you can choose one of the cars, or if you don't have either, ooh, go down. If you don't have any of the cars that I have, and you do try something else out, definitely let me know down below in the comments. I am curious to see what works well for other people. And if you do use one of the same cars I do and find a different tune that works out well, definitely leave that down below as well. Whoa, that was a little bit of lag there. If you do find other codes or tunes, you can leave those share codes down below. In the description, you'll find all the share codes and cars for this video. In the description, there's also a link to the Bomb Gaming Discord server, and you can actually find those share codes and cars that I use. Sometimes before the videos do go up, because I do record all these and edit them and try to post them up all on Thursday, but those share codes do get posted to the Discord server like almost right after I record the video. So if you want them a little sooner, you can definitely go join that. But yeah, we're doing pretty good here. The Vipers are really handling it well. The nice thing about you guys only having to use one car is you'll kind of get a feel for the car through the 3 races. I mean, even through this week, you can use these same cars in one of the other championships, as I said before. So you can use this for 6 races in total this week, which is just awesome. So, obviously I bounce around from car to car, so I don't really get a good handle on them till like at least halfway through the race. I have a somewhat decent handle on how they drive, but at least with you guys, you can get a pretty good handle on the car through the 3 races, if not all 6. So there we go. 1 race down for the Viper. Did pretty well. So that's Tunnel Run complete. And something else to note is these championships, seasonal championships, you don't have to come in first place on all 3 of these races. As you can see, I got 20 points on the far right there for coming in first. This is the race leaderboard. If I hit continue, this is the championship leaderboard. So this is where it's important to come in first place after the 3 races. So basically, you just want to make sure you're ahead in points after the 3 races. So we're going to jump into our next car and into our next race. All right, and just a quick little tip too. If you are coming out of the race, you will get put back into the actual world, and you have to actually drive or fast travel to the next race. What you can do is obviously this would be hard to find it here. If you hit your right bumper, it'll bring up the sort menu, and then you can go click it to where it takes all of them away, and then go to seasonal events, and that'll pull up anything that is a seasonal event. Obviously, it's still got the trial over here. You know, this is the race we just did. But any of the races for the current championship that you're doing that you haven't completed yet will be this like white logo with the orangish red background instead of like the red with the white, you know, cars or whatever. So we're gonna jump over here to the Hilltop Descent and we'll jump into that next car. All right, so here is our next car. This is the 2015 McLaren 570S Coupe. The good old baby Mac. So the share code for the tune that we're using, along with the tuner's name and the name of the tune, will be up on the screen now, along with the, you know, drivetrain type and tire type. So we'll see how this does here as we jump into Hilltop Descent. All right, here we go. Race number 2. Let's get it underway. This is probably my favorite McLaren, quite honestly. I guess just because it's more so the most achievable, because maybe one of the cheaper ones of this newer generation. But I do love the way that it looks. But let's see how it performs here. Ooh, a little bit of understeer. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. I mean, that was a little bit too much. But again, I just came from driving the Viper, which drives completely differently, but we're already up into first and looking good here. So, you know, again, you'll get used to these cars as you drive them through the different races. So, I mean, I'm already feeling a little more comfortable with this. Just getting around, you know, the first couple of turns, really, and then you kind of get a good handle on it. So, since we're already up in the first, I'm going to just turn down my vocal audio, turn up the, you know, car audio. That way you guys can see the race, you guys can hear the car, and, you know, kind of get a preface on, you know, what you can expect when you jump into these races. Across the finish line with a little bit of style, in the most dangerous way possible, just pulling the e-brake. So another first place finish. As you can see, we got 20 more points here for this race. If I hit continue, this is the championship leaderboard now. You can see we are up to 40 in total on the championship. Puts us well in the first place with a 10-point lead. So we're going to jump into our next and final race and jump into our final vehicle. All right, here we go. This is our final vehicle. This is the 2017 Nissan GTR. This is the R35, obviously. But the share code for the tune, along with the tuner's name and name of the tune, will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. But we'll jump in here and see what this GTR can do in the Carrera Chase, something like that. Sure, let's go. All right. Here we go. That's the name of the race right there. I absolutely butchered it, but it's okay. Let's see what this GTR can do against these other machines. Off to a good start. Go right up inside of the EV10. And we just gotta chase down. Ooh, that's a good turn. You could really just kind of dive into them if you needed to. Get out in front. I knew that was coming. I should have been paying a little bit more attention. Sometimes in these seasonal championships, you've got to drive a little dirty against the drivatars. And that involves kind of diving in just like that, using them as a little bit of a guardrail, if you will. You know, they won't really make it easy on you sometimes, so you got to take some measures to ensure your victory. So, right there. We probably could have went a little faster around there. We're going to dive into it right there. So the nice thing about the drive tires is if you get in front of them, you can kind of like just do some defensive driving and keep them behind you at that point. So, but we get to see a little of an example of defensive driving and keeping them behind us as we go through the rest of this race. With our big old wang, we could eat dinner on if we needed to. But like right there, he hit the brakes because we got right in front of him. So, you know, you can kind of keep them behind you. It does take a little bit of, you know, coordination. I don't want to say skill, but you know, you have to be able to keep your eyes in front of you and kind of defend behind you at the same time. So it takes a little bit of skill to do that. Hopefully we don't get run on the highway here. I think we'll be okay. I think we've got a high enough top speed where they can't catch easily at least. I think I am going to try to just come in second place. Maybe not. I was going to come in second just so you guys could see that you don't have to come in first, but they're too grouped up and too far behind. I would have to like absolutely slam the brakes on. So, but there we go. Across the line with another first place finish. And 20 more points for us. And as we continue on to the championship leaderboard, you can see we are in first with 60 points. So if we hit continue, this will take us to the race podium here. If I hit continue again, it will give us that reward for the 812 Superfast. All right, so that is the Thrillseekers Seasonal Championship here in the spring season of series number 4. I hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. You know, the 812 Superfast is a really sick car. It was really, really rare in Horizon 4, so I've actually got another one of these in the garage, so I've got 2 in total. I don't remember how I had the other one, but I think you can get them through accolades. There's a certain accolade that you can get it through, I think. I could be mistaken in that, but you know, it's cool that you can pick it up like this in this season. So definitely worth your time to pick it up. Like I said, you can use those same cars in another one of these seasonal championships, and that's what we'll be doing in our next video. So you don't have to spend any more money. You can do investment and do 6 races in 1 car essentially. So definitely stay tuned for that if you would like. I will have videos on the rest of the seasonal festival playlist coming out today, maybe into tomorrow, but most likely they'll all be out today. So definitely get subscribed if you want to stay tuned for those. But I do hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.